Welcome, I'm Mark Hanna. I know nobody's watching right yet. After all, with as few subscribers as I have, I don't expect anybody to be here. But hopefully, these videos get picked up eventually by the algorithms and shared. So, until I get some subscribers, I want to thank my sponsor of this video, NerdWax. Yes, NerdWax. NerdWax is, if you wear glasses, you dab a little bit of this on your nose bridge, whatever you call it, that holds your glasses up on your nose, and it comes off like a little bit of cream, and then it's a little sticky and it keeps your glasses from sliding down. I'd love to say that this is perfect, but it's not, because I still have to push my glasses back up. But I want to thank my sponsor, NerdWax, because, well, I just can't get a sponsor. I have enough trouble getting a few people to follow me. But thank you for stopping by the Plan, Pack, and Travel channel. Now, today, see, NerdWax, you need to sponsor me with a new tube. This one doesn't work as well as it should. Okay. What do we want to talk about today? Well, every day the topic's going to be a little different until we get some questions from some other people. I'm just winging it with a few thoughts. If you're really interested in slow traveling the world or just traveling, there's a lot of things to consider. But the first things to consider is, are you planning to go for short periods of time and come back to your main base of residence, wherever that is? Maybe it's the UK, maybe it's Australia, maybe it's America. Are you going to keep a house? You're going to keep an apartment or a condo? You're going to downsize from a house to a small apartment somewhere in the country you're currently living and keep that as a base and only travel, I don't know, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, and come back? Are there reasons why you can't be gone for too long because, well, you just couldn't bear to be away from your son or your daughters, your sons or your daughters or your grandkids or your best friend, whoever it is? Are those reasons that hold you back? So the reason I say this is because the planning you need to do to be able to successfully make that fit into your lifestyle is going to be different if you say, I can be gone a month, or I can be gone a year, I could be gone 2 years. Hell, I might never come back. That really plays a big part in what you're going to do. So first you have to ask yourself, what do you want? What is going to make you feel better? What's your best life? What would be the ideal situation? For me, I don't want to own anything to hold me back. I researched for a very long time, and I finally came up to the conclusion that I want to sort of become a minimalist. Now, I was with the same great woman for 35 years, and she passed away about 5 years ago. And to be honest, that spins you around pretty hard after 35 years with a person. And that right there makes you aware of the fact that you just get so many trips around the sun. And, it comes when you never expect it. She looks so healthy. And, I mean, 62 years old and 104 pounds. Great, great physical. Everybody would think she's in great physical shape, but that stuff, it hurts, and cancer comes and it doesn't take any prisoners. So I tell you this because this type of decision, before you start the planning, you have to know what you want. And the best way to know what's capable is, I hate to say this, but it's YouTube and it's Facebook. But I think more YouTube. There are people who are actually doing what you want to do. Now, I want to tell you a little story. There's this company out there that a guy named Russell Brunson started. And he started without venture capital money. And his first couple of companies weren't very successful. And I mean, his first sales effort was selling a potato gun, of all things. But he kept putting one foot in front of the other and kept planning. And he grew his business without venture capital. And they're doing $100 million a year. And they just recently had a live event. This was, I guess this was September of 2021. And they had 5,000 people attend this live event, all customers, all thrilled to be their customers. And it was exciting, and the people there had a good time, and they came there to learn, and they came there to grow their business, and it's part of their life's plan. Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, what I found interesting was that the founder of this company, who had 5,000 people, pay him $1,000 a piece, by the way, to come to his seminar. He recently went to the seminar in San Francisco of a company called Salesforce. Many of you may know who they are, but they're huge. And when they throw their live conference, 170,000 people show up. And then they have their customers come in, put up booths and stuff. And the smallest booth size is $100,000 to put up a booth. And it takes over the whole city. So what did Russell do? He went there. He went to their conference just so he could see how other people are doing it and how he could better his life by seeing other people who've trailblazed the way in front of him. Well, if you use YouTube and you're thinking about wanting to travel, one of the things you have to think about is, where do you really want to go? And if you look up on YouTube, there's people who are travel vloggers there. And this channel is going to be a travel blogger channel as soon as I get out of the United States and start traveling here some. But I've done a lot of research on YouTube. I've got a list of like almost 30 countries that are on my list. And in each country, there's several different locations that I'm interested in seeing. I don't know if I'd want to stay there for the rest of my life. I have no idea about that. There's also a lot of research I did, and I said, ooh, I'm not really interested in that country. That doesn't really appeal to me. But after you do that type of research, then you have a better idea when you see all the opportunities as to whether you want to do what I did, and that's decide that I want to get down to a point in life where I basically only own what's in my suitcases and financial assets. But I don't want to own a home. I don't want to own a car. I don't want to own a boat. I don't want to be dealing with all that stuff. I don't want maintenance. I don't want insurance and that. And when it comes to getting rid of this stuff, there'll be some more live streams coming up in the future. Like I said, this is a brand new channel. I don't even have 10 people who are subscribers. Probably half the subscribers I have know me. So the algorithm hasn't kicked in too much yet. But there's a lot of poignant subjects we're going to be talking about. And we'll probably move into the differences on just what has it been like. I've been, for the last 5 months, liquidating stuff. I mean, we'll get into that a little more, but I mean, the type of stuff that you can, I sold the blender off my counter. It's a $400 blender. I sold it for $100. Not a great deal, but I didn't need a blender. I sold my toaster. I mean, today I was working on my YouTube and my social media set up for Plan Pack Travel and all that. And I felt guilty that I wasn't packing up books and taking them to the used bookstore, half-price bookstore, and seeing what they'll give me for them. That's what am I going to do with them? Now, some people would say, well, the things you don't sell, you can put in storage. Well, if you're going to pay $300 a month or $400 a month or $500 a month for a we store you lock place, over a period of amount of time, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's an astronomical amount of money, but if it ends up a year and you haven't ever went back to getting this stuff, you're going to say, why did I spend $5,000 to keep stuff I don't want? I don't need. I'd be $5,000 better off if I threw it in the trash. Those are some of the things we have to think about. And those are not those aren't really even the most important things. But I'm committed to putting out a live stream once a day for the next 60 days. Maybe like this one, nobody will show up when it's live, but after I do it live, then it will be put up on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. And every day I'm going to come back and hopefully I gather a following. And this is the way one of the guys I follow, he started out with live streams that nobody showed up to. And 10 months later, he had 100,000 people. And when he does a live stream, 1,000 people show up in the first 5 minutes. So it can be done. I'm just one of them guys out there who's trying to share the knowledge. And I'm hoping to gain a little knowledge too, because hopefully I'll find some like-minded people who are in similar situations who have good ideas that they're willing to share to a community. That's what I'm trying to build here. So this is the Plan Pack Travel live stream number 2. So we'll try the next 58 to go, see what happens, reevaluate from there. Y'all have a great day.